Welcome to Trinad chemistry classes. In this video, I am going to discuss about intermediate first year chemistry topic, states of matter. In this states of matter topic, I am going to discuss about kinetic molecular theory of gases. Kinetic molecular theory of gases. This is my fourth video in this states of matter topic. In my first three videos, I have discussed about various gas laws such as Boyle's law, Charles' law, Avogadro's law, Graham's law of diffusion, and then Dalton's law of partial pressures. And I have discussed the derivation of the ideal gas equation also. In this video, I am going to discuss about kinetic molecular theory of gases, the important postulates and how this kinetic molecular theory of gases explains the behavior of gases, and how it derived the gas laws from this kinetic molecular theory of gases. In my first three videos, I have discussed about Boyle's law, which states that volume of a gas is inversely proportional to its pressure at constant temperature and mass of a given amount of gas, and Charles' law, which states that volume of gas is inversely directly proportional to its absolute temperature at constant pressure and for a given mass of gas. Then Avogadro's law, this is states that for a constant temperature and pressure, given volume of gases, different gases have same number of moles or molecules. Then Graham's law, according to this Graham's law, rate of diffusion of a gas is inversely proportional to square root of its density. And then our Dalton's law of partial pressures. Which states that total pressure of a chemically non-reactive gaseous mixture is equal to the sum of the partial pressures of the individual gases. All these gas laws, whatever 5 gas laws we have discussed, all these 5 gas laws are experimentally observed things, experimentally observed facts. Whatever scientists have done experiments in the laboratory and whatever they observed in the lab, they proposed in the form of laws, Boyle's law, Charles' law, Avogadro's law, Graham's law, and Dalton's law. In any scientific approach, there are two things are there. One is experimental observation. Then theoretically, we have to explain why it is happening like this. Or theoretically, they may be predicted something and they have to prove experimentally. Whatever gas laws we have seen, all these things are experimental facts. All these gas laws are experimental facts. You see, to explain theoretically why gases are behaving like this, how these parameters are related to each other. To predict theoretically, a theory was proposed, a model was proposed. This was known as the kinetic molecular theory of gases. Kinetic molecular theory of gases. You see why it is named as kinetic molecular theory of gases, because it involves the molecular concept. Of matter, and it is the kinetic behavior of the gas molecules. As it involves these two terms, this was named as the kinetic molecular theory of gases. You see, this kinetic molecular theory of gases has been very helpful in interpreting the behavior of gas molecules, and based on these postulates of kinetic molecular theory of gases, they derived one equation. That equation we are calling it as the kinetic gas equation. We are calling it as the kinetic gas equation. By using this equation, we can derive all these 5 gas laws. We can explain all these 5 gas laws. Right? Let me move to important postulates of kinetic theory of gases, and we can see how these postulates or these assumptions explained the behavior of the gases. The first postulate is any gases consists of large number of tiny particles. Tiny particles. Any gas consists of large number of tiny and identical particles. Tiny and identical particles. These we are calling them as the molecules. These we are calling them as the molecules. Any gas which is made of very large number of minute and identical particles, which we are calling them as the molecules. All gases are made of very large number of minute particles called molecules. Minute particles called molecules. The molecules are separated from each other by large distances. Separated from each other by large distances. Separated from each other by large distances. These gas molecules are separated from each other by large distances. Large distances means the gas molecules are far apart from one another. From this, what we can say is the actual volume of the gas is negligible. Actual volume of the gas is negligible when compared to total volume of the gas. Total volume of the gas. Total volume of the gas means we know that volume of the container is the volume of the gas. Volume of the container is volume of the gas. This assumption explains the compressibility of the gas. Why gases are highly compressible? In my first video, I have discussed while explaining the characteristic properties of the gases. Gases are highly compressible. Why gases are highly compressible? The reason is here, as they are separated from each other by large distances. If we are keep on applying pressure, what is happening is the distance is decreasing. That's why gases are highly compressible. You see, for example, if you take the mixture of H2N2 and O2, you see the actual volume occupied by these molecules is around 0.04% of the volume of the gas. Actually, 0.04% of the actual volume of the gas. What happens to remaining 99.96% of the volume? It is empty space. It is the empty space. This much of empty space is there. That's why gases are highly compressible. You see, empty space, how it is happening? Because the gas molecules are separated from each other by large distances. This is the first postulate. Gases consist of very large number of tiny and minute particles, which we are calling them as the molecules, and gases are separated from each other by large distances. Hence, actual volume of the gas is negligible when compared to the total volume of the gas or volume of the container. Volume of the container. What is the second postulate? Second postulate states that there are no attractions. There are no attractive forces between the gas molecules. There are no attractions, no forces of attractions between the gas molecules. There is no attractive forces between the molecules or between molecules and with the walls of the container. You see, which states that the gas molecules move independent of one another, move independent of one another. See, the gas molecules move independently, move completely independent of one another, independent of one another. Independent of one another. See, gas molecules move completely independent of one another. You see, there is no effect of one gas molecule on the other. That's why what it means, there are no attractions. There are no attractions among these gas molecules. This support, this assumption, whatever assumption proposed, there are no attractions between the gas molecule. This assumption supports that gases can expand. We know that gases expand from one place to expand and occupy all available space. If this supports the fact that why gases are expanding, why gases are occupying available space to them, You see, gases are expanding and occupying the available space to them. Why they are expanding? Why they are occupying available space? If there are attractions, the next gas, whatever the gas molecule besides the gas molecule cannot allow the second molecule to move forward. But as there are no attractions, gases are expanding, and whatever space available to them, they are occupying all the available space. This is the second postulate. And third postulate states that the gas molecules move randomly in straight lines in all directions. The gas molecules move randomly in straight lines in all directions. While moving, they are bombarding or colliding with the walls of the container, and among themselves. You see, the gas molecules are bombarding with each other and bombarding with the walls of the container. While moving, the gas molecules, what is happening is the gas molecules bombarding with the among themselves and with the walls of the container. You see, the gas molecules are always in constant and random motion. Constant and random motion. Suppose if they are not in constant and random motion, what happens? The particles were at rest and occupied by the fixed position. Then they may get definite shape and definite volume. You see, it is not observing. You see, the gases cannot have a definite shape. Whatever container we are taking, the shape of the container is the shape of the gas molecules. You see, they are always in constant motion. If they are at rest, they may get definite shape. As they do not have definite shape, they are always in constant and random motion. Then next one is pressure of the gas is due to pressure of the gases are creating pressure. Very high pressures they are creating. Pressure of the gas is due to bombardment of gas molecules with the walls of the container. As these gas molecules are bombarding with the walls of the container, which is the causing the pressure. We know that pressure is the force exerted with unit area, ununit area. You see, gas molecules is moving randomly in straight lines and colliding. It is creating some pressure. It is creating some force. It is exerting some force on the walls of the container. That is causing the pressure of the gas. Why gases are exerting very high pressures? The reason is bombardment of gas molecules with the walls of the container. And in the gas molecules are colliding with each other. The whatever colliding, the bombardments, we are calling them as the molecular collisions. These molecular collisions are perfectly elastic. Elastic means there is no loss of kinetic energy. There is no loss of kinetic energy during the collision. But energy, whatever kinetic energy, it may transfer from one gas molecule to another molecule. One gas molecule to another gas molecule. Another gas molecule. These gas molecules are colliding with each other while moving randomly in straight lines. They are colliding with the walls of the container with among themselves. But these collisions, we are calling them as the elastic collisions, completely elastic, which means there is no loss of kinetic energy. These gas molecules, whatever kinetic energy, it may transfer from one gas molecule to another gas molecule. You see, there are huge number of gas molecules. They are not different gas molecules, moves with different kinetic energies. Different gas molecules. Different gas molecules move with different kinetic energies. Different kinetic energies. That's why the average kinetic energy of gas molecules is directly proportional to the absolute temperature of the gas. Absolute temperature of the gas. Absolute temperature of the gas. These are the important postulates of the kinetic molecular theory of gases. Kinetic molecular theory of gases. You see, all gases consist of large number of tiny particles, and these gas molecules are large molecules are separated from each other by large distances. Volume of the gas is negligible when compared to the volume of the container. Pressure of the gas molecules move randomly in all directions, and based on this kinetic theory of gases, based on this kinetic molecular theory of gases, they derived one equation. That equation we are calling it as the kinetic gas equation. From this kinetic gas equation, how we derived the gas laws, we will discuss in next video. Thank you for watching Trinath chemistry classes. Please like the video and subscribe my channel. Thank you.